Am I live? Am I live? Hey, everybody. Joe Knows Cryptos back from my trip to Florida to visit my parents. So that's why I didn't make any videos last week because the noise in their house is outrageous. I was with the rest of my family. Hard to get time alone to make a video. And my cell phone was not letting me upload. I actually made two videos, tried two separate times to upload videos, but iMovie would not let me upload them to YouTube for whatever reason. FM Based, what's up? How you doing? Yo, yo, yo. So I am back, and let's see here. Let me just talk about the crypto market a little bit here to start out. We had Litecoin take a little bit of a dip, not too bad, but a little bit of a dip. Was that Saturday, I think? And I noticed on the chart, it pretty much did a straight down dip and then over. Now, even though the whole market went down, there were a few, like EOS did the same thing. There was a handful that did that same straight down drop and then kind of over. So to me, it does kind of seem like that was probably an institution or a large investor that dumped some of their coins to either consolidate into something else. I'm not really sure, but it seemed like that was somebody that just kind of got out of a handful of the top coins all at the same time. And I'm not sure if that's what led the downward trend. It seemed like the market was starting to edge downward when that happened. Hey, Stephen, how you doing? Um, so, um, so I think that's what happened there with Litecoin and those other coins. They did that sharp sell, which is in a way a good thing because it's not a lot of people that sold off that caused it to go down. It was really one institution or big crypto holder that sold off to either consolidate, maybe to put their money into Bitcoin, not sure. But the more I've been thinking about it over the last week and pondering it, I was thinking to myself that I personally don't own enough Bitcoin. All right. And I know I talked about owning Litecoin and buying Litecoin. I think I've got enough Litecoin at this point where I'm pretty satisfied with it. However, I would feel like a complete idiot if Bitcoin took a huge shot up and all these people who said, "Hey, Joe, good for you. You talk about Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. You must have done all right on that big the big run that Bitcoin had. And if I didn't have it, I would feel pretty foolish. Right now, I only personally own about 1/10 of a Bitcoin. I recommended that everybody at least own at least a tenth. But now my thinking is, I'll tell you why in a minute. We should probably continue to purchase Litecoin, and this is not financial advice. This is what I'm going to personally do. I'm going to continue to purchase Litecoin, but I'm going to kind of do an every other time or every other dollar amount that I invest, buy Litecoin, buy Bitcoin, buy Litecoin, buy Bitcoin, buy Litecoin, buy Bitcoin. Just because I don't think I have enough Bitcoin. And I think that the time is getting really close here, where we're going to see some major moves in this market upward. And I don't think I think it's going to be the institutions and the big money people getting in first. And unfortunately, it's going to leave the small guys behind, the ones that are not knowledgeable on cryptocurrencies, who are kind of out of the loop. I know we're in the loop. Hey, LTC Prosy, how you doing? Back from vacation here. Back from seeing my parents. So yeah, I think unfortunately, Tail is giving PS4 Ledger Nano X and more gifts to present. Yeah, Tail has been doing great. Wabi, that was my crusher of the month, and yo, welcome back. Thank you. But yeah, that's just been doing fantastic. I expect that to see the $4 mark when we see a run up. I actually expected to see probably double that, maybe $8 to $10, maybe higher. They're just getting partnerships like crazy. Yeah, that's Wabi. Just doing fantastic. I recommended it at about 13 cents. It's up in the mid 30s. I think it was in the mid 40s last week cents. So it's just been doing great, even in a market that hasn't been doing too much. Raphael, welcome everybody. Everybody, thank you for logging in here. I know I do these live streams just kind of spur of the moment, but I think I'm going to have to do more of them simply because My iPhone is not letting me upload videos. Um, and this is really the only means that I have right now of doing videos is doing live streams. So this is probably what I'm going to be doing. And if I'm busy, you know how I usually do them in my car, just driving around, and then I can upload them as I go. If I'm not home with my laptop, I'm going to have trouble making videos. So hopefully I can get that figured out here shortly. But anyway, thanks for liking, subscribing, tuning in, following. You guys are the best. Appreciate each and every one of you. All right, so back to what I was saying here. Again, I think the small guys are gonna unfortunately get left out of the potential to make, a lot of money in cryptocurrencies. It's just it's too inconvenient. It's too difficult for people to understand. The more people that I talk to who never heard of cryptocurrencies or who just know about Bitcoin and Litecoin and those things, they've heard of it. Um, it's just not as easy as taking money out of your wallet or taking a debit card out of your wallet, even though we know that there are ways to do that with different cards that do let you buy and sell, and then they convert things into cryptocurrency back and forth. 97% of the people have no clue about these cards. They have no clue about what's coming. They have no clue about cryptocurrencies. And unfortunately, Brian, hey, Brian, they're going to get left out. They're going to miss out on their opportunity to make good life changing type of money, not just, extra spending cash type of money. I'm talking about potential life changing type of money. And I'm glad you guys are all in here. And I know as hard as I try to tell people about Bitcoin, Litecoin, cryptocurrencies, they're just not interested. And unfortunately, they're going to get left behind. I still try. I still do this channel. Hopefully, some new people tune in and get involved. But uh, I think for the majority of people, it's going to be at least 90% of the people are going to miss out on the big run up. They're going to be buying at higher prices, way higher prices than we're all getting in right now. Um, you know, I love Litecoin. I love Bitcoin right now. Litecoin and Bitcoin right now are my two favorite. I even like Ethereum now, and I never talk about Ethereum. Um, Ethereum just has too much of a grasp on the dApp community, and the people that build new ledgers and things they're still using Ethereum. I think Stellar might make some moves because they've got some pretty decent ones that have come on, but they're still not big enough yet. And I think very soon we're going to see the institutions start to pour money into cryptocurrencies. When that happens, we're going to see the big run up, and after that, they're going to bring in the technology that makes it easy to buy. They're going to bring in the exchanges that make it easy for the consumers to buy cryptocurrencies. They're going to bring out the cards that make it easy to buy and sell with cryptocurrencies. But right now, people don't have the time, patience, or interest, or don't want to put in that time and effort to learn about cryptocurrencies, to learn about buying, to learn about private keys, to learn about getting their wallet. They just want to take their card out of their wallet and pay, take their cash out of their wallet and pay and be on their way. They don't want to learn about the potential investment. And it's unfortunate because I really want to see people that are not at the top move up in class, and kind of breaks my heart. But it's unfortunate. So I'm going to continue on and try to get more people to understand it. But um, it's a hard road to go when it's just hard to wake people up. It's very frustrating. So what's going to happen here is you're going to have your institutions come in. They're going to buy up Bitcoin, Litecoin, Ethereum, and then a handful of the other top 10, maybe a few other of the altcoins sprinkled in here and there. Ones that have use cases are going to be the ones that are going to benefit the most in this next bull run. There will be people who get into coins on pure speculation, but I think they're going to see that those coins are going to go up and come down, go up and come down. whereas the ones that have use cases are going to see a steady climb, and they're not going to see much of a decline. Even when the market has corrections, everything will correct, but those are going to correct the lowest. The ones that are very speculative are going to correct the most, and the ones that are pretty solid, like Bitcoin, Litecoin, Ethereum, are going to correct the least, and then they're going to continue to rise first, the most, and they're going to correct the least. Um, so I'm really, really, really loving Litecoin right now. I'm loving Bitcoin. I'm loving Ethereum, and I'm loving other coins that have a use case, such as Wabi Tail, however you want to say it. Um, Basic Attention token. I owned that at one time. I don't own it any longer. This is not financial advice, but it is a working search engine now. I think it's gone up so much it may see a dip in price. Um, I think tomorrow they have a release or something, so that may hurt the price. But after that, it may be a good time to pick up some Basic Attention token. Um, it's things like that that actually work, that actually are working. GBT, even though it doesn't have a huge following right now, it's a working platform, and it has so few coins, and now they're going to start burning coins every quarter. I see that going up and hitting its $40 price that it hit on the run, and probably higher than that. Anything that has a current use case, or one that will have a use case coming out shortly. Okay. Um, Things like Cardano are great projects, but they're still working on their projects. They don't have any companies building. They may have some commitments, but they still don't have anything yet. And until you have something, I think these are going to suffer until they're actually up and working, especially when people come in who are smart investors, smart money, who have been in the stock market for years, the people that are over 65, the retirees. They're not going to want to mess around with too much speculative stuff in their portfolios. They're going to want things that have been around, that are recommended by experts from, the Charles Schwabs, the Fidelities, the so-called experts in investing. And the experts in investing are not going to be recommending, um, you know, Hulu Wulu coin. They're going to be recommending Bitcoin, Litecoin, Ethereum. They're going to be recommending the top coins. And maybe if you want to be a little bit more aggressive, sprinkle in some of these altcoins. And I think they're going to sprinkle in the ones that have a use case, because they don't really want to lose their clients' money. Because if they lose their clients' money, then they lose their business. And if they lose their business, then they lose money out of their paycheck. So this is my thought process. So, like I said, I don't think I currently own enough Bitcoin at the time. So I'm going to start alternating my purchases with Bitcoin, Litecoin, maybe sprinkle in an altcoin here and there. But for the most part, with the halvings coming up, it's almost like nothing's guaranteed in life, but these two are the most guaranteed, I would say, to be secure, um, just due to the halving and the small amount of tokens, the fact that they're mined, the fact that they are accepted on almost every exchange, every platform. Anything new that comes out, Bitcoin and Litecoin are on there, Ethereum as well. And they're going to be the ones that benefit. So after all the big boys come in and they can't buy any more over the counter, that's still what they're doing. They're trying to buy as much over the counter so it doesn't affect the price yet. Once that all goes away, they're going to start moving in on the exchanges and buying up the tokens off the exchanges. That's when Bitcoin's going to get up around maybe 40, 50, $60,000. There's going to be news. There's going to be hype. Some of the retail people like us will get back in, and those will be the ones that will benefit. No, they're not getting in where we're getting in now. At some of us got in at mid 20s, Litecoin, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, even anything under 200 right now is a great deal for Litecoin. Anything under 6,000 for Bitcoin is still a great deal. They're phenomenal deals. But once the big institutions, and we're going to see it, we're going to see the prices start to go up. And that's not going to be because of the retail investors, in my opinion. That's going to be the institutions know that the retail investors are going to be in soon, and all the over-the-counter stuff that they could buy has been grabbed up. Now they're going to go in and grab it and push the price up so they can profit off of all the cheap coins that they got on the over-the-counter market over the last year, just like hopefully you and I did. And that's when we're going to see the explosion. That's when the retail investor is going to come in. That's when Backed is going to be coming in. That's when maybe a secure exchange will come in that will back the coins in case they're hacked or whatever happens. That's when we'll see the bond market come in. That's when we'll see the retirement funds come in. That's when we'll see, and this is not going to be small money. This is going to be, it's going to be billions, hundreds of billions, trillions of dollars that are going to come in. And the market is just going to go crazy practically overnight. Once the retail, we're going to be shocked and amazed when we see the big industrial people, the first wave come in that I'm talking about. We're going to be like, oh my, yes, we did it. And that's not going to be anything, because then we're going to see all the retail people come in. And that's when it's just going to go out of sight. And those people are going to be getting in at high prices. They're going to get caught in some traps. There are going to be some sell-offs because the banks and the people who have been trading things for a long time know how people react. They know how to set in fear and propaganda. We've been talking about this for months now. They'll drive the market up. The retail people will throw a bunch of money in. The banks and things will do a sell-off. They'll put a bunch of FUD out there. They'll have their Warren Buffett's and whoever else come out and say that crypto, I've changed my mind. It's not as good of an investment as I thought. All the retail people who bought up high will say, oh my gosh, what did I do? I got into crypto. I got to sell. They're going to sell, drive the price down, and then boom, the banks are going to come back in, buy up all that cheaper stuff, bring the price up again, put out the positive propaganda saying, yes, Bitcoin's going to $1 million. And you're going to see that retail money come back in, and it's going to drive the price up. And then boom, the banks are going to sell off again and make up some other excuse. They're going to say that Mt. Gox had another release of their final Bitcoin, and that's going to drive the price down for years. And retail people, oh, I can't wait years. I'm going to go back in the stock market, drive the price down. Boom, bank's going to come back in and drive it up even higher. Retail people are going to get back, and they play these games with us, these mind games with us. And that is, in my opinion, what's going to happen. And I think it's not going to be long. I'm sorry, I'm looking at the clock. I do have to pick up my son from school here I have to leave in about 10 minutes or so. Let me go over here and just take a quick look at comments. If y'all want me to get into anything political, I'd be happy to do that as well. If there's anything, we don't just have to talk about cryptos on this channel, although I love cryptocurrencies. I believe in cryptocurrencies, and the channel is called Joe Knows Cryptos. So that is, definitely the main focus of this channel. But I'm free and willing and able to talk about almost anything as long as you guys are into it as well. I'm going to go over here and just check out some of the comments here. All right, welcome back. Yes, it's good to be back, guys. Sorry for the delay. Like I said, I had problems uploading from my phone. It's just giving me problems. Hey guys, have you heard about Ethereum staking? Yeah, Ethereum's going to be staking. They haven't started already. I know it's coming soon. They're also going to be doing like a halvening type of a thing. It's not. I think it's going to be a third. I don't think it's going to be a halvening, but it's going to be a third. That's going to help Ethereum's price as well. Ethereum is just too big and too entrenched in cryptocurrencies at the time being, until some of these other, Cardano, Lisk, Stellar start getting better dApps and better companies on their chain. They're not going to really compete with Ethereum. I believe they will one day. I just think in the immediate future, due to the third inning, whatever you want to call it, for Ethereum, and the just amount of entrenchment that it has right now, that it's going to be a winner in the short-term immediate future, the next year or two at least. Um, yeah, also, if you do own at least 5 Ethereum, you'll be able to go into a staking pool, and if you own at least, it's 32 or 35, you have 32, you'll be able to stake your by yourself. And this is just kind of like a dividend, is what easiest way to describe it. Litecoin is my number one holding. Brian, it's mine as well. I still love Litecoin. Like I said, I had a little dip here on Saturday, but that looked like it was just one institution that made it go straight down and over. It doesn't look like it was um, the mass of people who hold Litecoin selling off. It's still, people have a lot of confidence in Litecoin. It's everywhere, and it's going to be one that's recommended by the banks when the retail investors get in as well, because it is a real coin, not a token, and it has proven that it has sustainability. Um, so I still love Litecoin. It's going to take off here, guys. Everything is going to take off, but the things I talked about earlier are going to be the ones to take off, not fall as much, and then take off at faster rates. And when they're dips, they're not going to dip as much, because the smart people will recognize that those are the ones that have a use case that are already proven to work and be winners. You know what I mean? The speculative stuff is going to go up and it's going to come way down. It's going to go up and come way down. So, and that's tough to time, and hopefully they make it. And if they don't, then you're going to lose your money, in my opinion. What do you think about Litecoin replacing US dollar? Uh, I think in the short term, Litecoin will be used as a currency um, for maybe the next year or so. It depends how fast. If things go the way I think they're going to go, I think this year, 2019, cryptocurrencies are going to go crazy. All right. Um, and I think there's going to come a point when they go so crazy that people are not going to sell their Litecoin. They're going to hold it just like they don't sell their Bitcoin. Right now, people, the only reason they sell their Bitcoin is because they needed to sell to buy an altcoin with. But as more options become available for ways to buy altcoins, people are not going to be selling their Bitcoin. They're not going to be selling their Litecoin. They're going to hold them, and they're going to be like silver and gold, things that people stack. And Bitcoin will probably shoot up faster because it is less of, there's less of them. There's just less Bitcoin than Litecoin, and people know Bitcoin more than they know Litecoin. Even though Litecoin does have their halving coming first, I just don't think enough of the retail people recognize this. And I know this is changing my thinking a little bit from the previous week, but like I said, now I'm also going to be buying Bitcoin along with Litecoin. Both fantastic. Both fantastic. You're not going to, not financial advice, but you're not going to lose with either one. Let's see. Bitcoin 5,400. Is that where it's at right now? I don't know. I haven't checked it recently, but like I said, Bitcoin, we're going to see. Bitcoin's going to, it's going to go crazy. We're going to see at least the highs this year. I think we're going to see double, triple the highs that Bitcoin ever hit this year. Is $500 USD realistic for Litecoin this year? If things go how I think they're going to go, I think 500 will be conservative for what it's going to be this year. Just my opinion. Had basic attention token at one time too. Yeah, I had it, and then it just kind of was acting funny. Basic attention we're talking about here. The Brave browser, which is awesome. You're going to start getting paid for watching advertising with basic attention token. Guys, if you don't have the basic attention token, you should probably download it. It is pretty much a blocker of ads and hacks and things like that already built into the browser. It doesn't steal your information like Google and YouTube and all these other browsers do. So it's a decentralized browser, which is fantastic. And it's, in my opinion, seems to be just as good. When you first start it, it's a little bit slower because maybe those things are loading in the background somehow. But once you start clicking on stuff, it moves along fast. It's easy to use, and I think it's got a ton of potential. And I wish I still had my basic attention token. Although I think after today or tomorrow, we're going to see a dip, and that might be something to consider maybe buying into a little bit. But yeah, it was just acting real funny. The market was going up and it wasn't moving, and then the market would go down and it would go down. The market would go up and it wouldn't go up much. So I just didn't like the way it was acting, so I sold out of it. But I may be getting back into it if I see a dip, if I see a good opportunity. ADA, great, but not yet. Yeah, I think ADA will be great. I just don't think its time is yet. It was my crush of the month last month, and just let you know when it got up to a little like 8, I think it hit up to 9 cents. I think when it got up to 8.3 or 8.4 cents, I sold out of my ADA. I recommended it at like 4.3, so it almost did 100% gain. I was happy with that. I got out. I'll probably get into it again one day, just not at the moment. Yes, hit that like button, guys. If you're liking what you're hearing, if you find me interesting or entertaining, I need likes and I need subscribers to move up in the Google rankings, so I can actually make a little better quality video rather than just sitting here on my laptop when I can start to edit them and make them a little more fun than just me talking. Let's see here. I'm in love with Tail. Yes. Tail Wabi has been great. I wish for you, Joe, have one full 32 ETH, 100 Litecoin. That's a great start. Yes. ETH, Litecoin, all those good. XRP. Paul Walker, XRP. I personally, Paul, I'm not a personal fan of XRP. And the main reason is there's over 2,000 other cryptocurrencies that you can invest in. Why would I want to invest in something that is a banker's coin? We're trying to get away from the banks. Why am I going to invest in the one that the bankers are pushing? Actually, they just released a report today from the monetary division saying that they want to do away with paper money, that they want to start digitizing money, and that Bitcoin is not their choice, but XRP is, which will probably, it should give it a boost in price. But if you'll notice, Paul, XRP has not been doing well. Even when the market runs up, it doesn't go up that much. It hit 45 cents, I think, like a few months ago, and now it's down like 32 cents. I think too many people out there recognize that it's the banker's coin, and people that are interested in cryptocurrencies are trying to break away from that old slave debt system. And XRP is a token that was just created out of thin air, and they have a whole stockpile of it set aside to manipulate price with. And I just, in my opinion, a lot of people recommend XRP, but I'm sorry, I just can't get behind XRP. To me, one of the most important things about cryptocurrency is freedom, and I'm all about freedom. And you're free to buy XRP if you want to, so I'm not going to knock it anymore. But I just think there's too many other choices for me to invest in than one that is going to try to control us again and keep us as slaves. Okay, that's all I'm going to say about XRP. What I shared at the top of the discussion was a link to competition win prizes protected with Tails technologies, so you can try it. Okay, Raphael, I will check that out. Guys, if you're in the chat, you can check out a link at the top that Raphael put up there. Let's see here. You're around. Hi, Joe. Hey, Wendell, how are you? What up, crypto people? Wendell School. Off in the UK. Oh, yeah, another thing about news is crypto Bitcoin trading is at its all-time high, not only in Venezuela now, but also in Brazil. So people are, especially in these countries where their economies are crap or their dollar is falling, crypto is coming in out of a necessity because their money is just losing value. Every day that goes by, less food they can buy, less bills they can pay. So they're starting to put their money into Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies because those are the only things that are retaining value that they can own, that are easy enough to exchange and purchase things with. Gold and silver are good, but you can't walk into a store with a bag of silver coins and buy things for the most part, or with a bar of silver. What are you going to do? Chip off a piece of it and weigh it there at the store to see how much it's worth and calculate? It's just not realistic. Um, I mean, I own silver. I hold some silver, physical silver, but just not practical in today's day and age. Um, oh, we have to rely on the Asians. We have to rely on the Asians now. Well, hey, the great thing about cryptocurrencies, it's worldwide. It's not just an American thing. It's not just an Asian thing. It's not just a European thing. It's worldwide, and that's another reason why there's it's such an untapped market. Why so much money is going to be going into cryptocurrencies that it's just going to blow our minds. We're just going to see this market one day. We're going to wake up and we're going to see Litecoin be at $80, and we're going to wake up and check our account, and we're going to see Litecoin's at $300, and we're going to be like, what? Hold on, let me refresh this. Is that right? This, and then you're going to go. You're not going to believe it. You're going to go on other, um, Coin Market Cap. You're going to check there, and you're going to check on World Coin Index, and you're going to see the same thing, and you're going to be like, holy cow! I just made a lot of money. And then the next day, the same thing's going to happen, and it's going to be unbelievable. In my opinion, that's what's going to happen. 11 Bitcoins that I bought at 5K. I pray it goes past it again. Hydrocarbon, I don't think you're going to have to wait too long for that, my friend. You bought your Bitcoin at 5.5 thousand. And the fact that you own 11 of them, I think you're going to be a very, 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 very happy camper in the short, very near future. We got a whale in the chat. Ooh, who's the whale? Oh, the 11 Bitcoin. Yeah, that's a good amount of Bitcoin, especially if it hits up 100,000. You'll be smiling. Guys, I'll have a few more minutes here. Yo, yo, yo. What's up, Joe? Long time no see. Yes, I'm visiting my parents in Florida. I have a little bit of a tan. You probably can't see it in this dim lighting, but I wish people would dump 100% of the XRP. And yeah, well, me too. But what's that saying? If ifs and ands were pots and pans, the world would be a kitchen. I don't know, something like that. What's your next exit price for Litecoin? Isam, if I'm saying your name right, I hope I am. I am not planning on selling Litecoin until I see it start acting a little bit funny. And even at that point, I will never sell. Well, I will never say never. I will not be selling all of my Litecoin. I will be selling a portion of my Litecoin to get into more Bitcoin, I believe. I hope I'm right on this call. I think since Litecoin's happening is before Bitcoin's, that it should see appreciation faster than Bitcoin. However, if the retail market gets in first, they're going to buy Bitcoin because that's what they know. Like I said, my plan is now to alternate buys between Bitcoin and Litecoin. Whichever one dips, I'm going to try to alternate and go into that one. So Litecoin dipped today, this week. So any extra money I have this week, I'll throw into Litecoin. If I see Bitcoin dip again, or even if I don't, I'll probably just, as long as it's not had a huge run up, I'll go ahead and buy some Bitcoin. I'm going to alternate now. Let's see. All right, so there's the link for the tail contest, Wabi. Thank you, Raphael. I appreciate you putting that in there. I have 3 Bitcoin of tail. Man, maybe. Yeah, I think Wabi has great potential, especially if they keep coming out with these partnership announcements. They're hitting their goals every time. They're ahead of schedule on everything that they do. I think it has a potential to break into the top 100. Hopefully, even if it doesn't, I think it's going to see great appreciation. Its all-time high, I think it hit $5 or $6. I think it's easily going to see that double, possibly triple that if we see a big bull run here. Anyway, guys, I have to go get my son. So, you know what I say? Kiss your wife, kiss your girlfriend, hug your kids, pet your pets. Joe Knows Cryptos signing off. God bless each and every one of you, and we'll talk again soon. Bye now.